here on set to have Texas Congressman and opinion maker and influencer, Mr. Wesley Hunt. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me on, as always.
All right, so look, I'm just saying the president won. He won on the economy. I'm at the border, too, and I'm all for some spending restraint. But putting the tax cuts last rather than first strikes me as a really bad idea. And then, Wesley, second one, shrinking the tax cuts, which is what they're talking about with this 5-year rigmarole, that is diluting them. That means they won't be permanent, and there's no reason for that. That's what I don't understand.
You are correct. Like, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, making these tax cuts permanent. This is exactly the reason why he won this election. And again, this allows everyday Americans to have more money in their pocket to reinvest back into this economy in order to rejuvenate a dead economy that's been left to us because of President Biden. It really is that simple. I don't understand why we can't just rinse and repeat what we saw with the TCJA, add a few things to it, and then just continue to proceed. Take the old numbers, add the new numbers to it, add what President Trump wants to do in terms of allowing everyday Americans to have more money in their pockets so we can actually live again, and then just move on from there. This needs to be expedited and done as soon as possible. It really is not that hard.
You know, thank you for that. But I would say this, sometimes even my good conservative friends, and they are good conservative friends,
of course,
get too hung up on what the CBO is saying or what the joint tax, what these models and baselines are. You don't have to cut all this spending at once, point number one. Point number two, the tax cuts didn't cost money. The tax cuts made money.
Of course.
And I think they're digging themselves into a hole. This idea that you need 4 or 5 trillion, you do not. That is outmoded Congressional Budget Office, liberal, left, Keynesian malarkey. They should not be intimidated by that. Listen to what Mike Craven, this basically, you know what? The existing tax cuts, going back to 2017, paid for themselves and then some. There is no cost to them. There is no cost to them. You can't say spending costs money, but tax cuts don't, or spending doesn't cost money and tax cuts do. Then you have a pinball machine on permanent tilt for more spending and higher taxes. GOP's got to get out of that box. They've got to break out of that straitjacket.
And President Trump is a quintessential definition of thinking outside the box. We also have to grow our way out of this. Now, a lot of my colleagues don't want to hear that, but when we unleash American energy and we allow this country to grow exponentially, let's see what happens. I know it's hard to plan for this because it's unconventional times, but this is an unconventional president. And I remember a couple of years ago when Barack Obama said you can't just wave a magic wand and have, that much growth into the economy. Well, President Trump did wave his wand, and miraculously, we saw the most growth during his first presidency that we have seen in the history of this country. Why can't we do it again?
Don't leave the laughter curve. Don't forget the laughter curve.
Don't ever.
You're absolutely right. By the way, Barack Obama, speaking of whom, Barack Obama used Mr. Crapo's current policy baseline to keep the George W. Bush tax cuts in place. They called it a permanent baseline. It was a policy baseline. They should do exactly the same thing now. Obama was a very smart fellow. All right, we've exhausted that. Now, you are an American hero. You have a great service record. You're a West Point graduate. A couple of things on this, Mr. Wesley Hunt. First of all, recruitment in the month of January is at a 15-year high. What do you make of that?
Shocking. It's amazing. It's amazing what you can see when we have a president that believes in American exceptionalism, that wants to motivate young people to serve this country yet again. Imagine this. It's only about changing how we feel and changing the motive about what it means to make America great again, that this place is good. There's a reason why there's 20 million people that have entered this country illegally. There's a reason why people want to be here, because we are an amazing country. And to have young people that are willing to want to fight for President Trump, fight for the America First agenda is what's been missing for the past few years. And as somebody that served in combat, somebody that served 20 years ago in Baghdad, I got to tell you, I love seeing the faces and seeing young people reinvigorated, and a reinvigorated spirit for young people to want to serve this country again. And it happened in just the last 2 months. Amazing, that paradigm shift.
It's probably not peaked yet. And my hunch is your fellow veteran and combat person, Pete Hegseth, running the Defense Department, might have something to do with it also.
Of course.
I think so. And I know you're a West Point grad, so I'm reading in the paper today. West Point is basically scrubbing itself of all its DEI programs,
Yes,
top to bottom.
Yes.
You approved? Have you heard about it?
I've heard a few things about it. I think I saw a few things flash up about some of the clubs that are also being scrapped.
Right.
I want to take a look at that. To be honest with you, I want to kind of ask a few questions
because it may not be scrubbed the way you want.
It may not be. And again, I want to dissociate DEI from ethnic clubs that are basically essentially just trying to talk about what makes this country an amazing country, and that's because of our diversity. Okay. What I don't want to see is people being hired or being trained or training being changed just because of the way someone looks or because of someone's ethnic background. But also, I do want to celebrate a lot of the differences that we have in this country. As a black man sitting next to a white man right here, you know what we have in common? We're all Americans. Yeah. But the culture in which we grew up in should be celebrated and talked about.
Yeah, no, good for you.
Yeah.
Last one. We don't have to spend too much time on this, but USAID, a very flawed program, is being required.
Extremely flawed program.
Some of it, I love this story now. It turns out that the left-wing magazine or whatever it is, Politico, media outlet, was getting money from USAID, getting money to basically defend Biden administration policies. The range in this discussion, they got something like 8 million, or somebody wrote up they got 35 million. My question is, Politico. Not just why would a left-wing media outlet, but why would USAID be giving American media outlet money at all?
This is the definition of breaking down the bureaucracy that we've seen for the past 20 years, and it's got to come to an end. Thank God that Elon Musk is taking a look at this kind of thing, and this is a person that runs businesses. This is the person that has to look at his bottom line and look at the balance sheet and say, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Not just like every other CEO, but also everyone else that does their own personal finances. We're taking a deep dive and getting rid of all the bloat and all the extraneous spending of your taxpayer dollars that shouldn't be happening. I think Elon put out on X a few days ago that I thought was wonderful. He said, how many countries tax their people and then send money to the United States? Well, then why are we behaving this way?
You know, by the way, the 8 million of Politico didn't make it any good. No. The damn thing's still unbelievable. Yeah. The generic point, though, is every day now the Democrats are in full-throated attack on Elon Musk. Mm-hmm. They're having rallies and they're getting excited and they're raising their voice. That's how I know he's doing a great job.
That's how you know he's doing the right thing.
Wesley Hunt, Congressman Wesley Hunt, thank you, sir.
Always a pleasure.